Hi everyone, this is Tuplex. Welcome back. So we finished all the research that we can do right now up through atomic bomb. There's still one more non-infinite research related to the flying mod, but that one needs space science. And everything else is infinite research, which also needs space science. So essentially we're just lacking space science at this point. So what I want to do next is start making nuclear fuel for trains. And to do that, I have decided to make it here in the starter base. So I'm going to bring uranium. I'm just going to make a small 1-1 train to bring uranium from my processing area. I'll bring it to the starter base. I'll bring a train full of rocket fuel to the starter base as well, and we'll handle it that way. Let me see. I should have, okay. Yeah, I've got another train loading. Great. All right, so that's the plan. So let's do that today, and then we'll see if we have time for other stuff too. Now, alternatively, I have solid fuel, and I have light oil. Maybe I can just make rocket fuel here. I think I probably could. Yeah, so let's do that. But first, we need to bring in a train with the uranium. Okay, so I'll set that up first. Let's see. I think I can just get rid of these roboports now. Okay, and then all the extra bots, I'll just stick in there. All right, so we'll just set up a little train station to bring it in and unload it. And actually, maybe I will put some roboports back. So I'm thinking for such a small quantity, maybe it'll be good if I just use logistics bots to take it back rather than throwing it on a belt. But then I would be going against my idea of not using logistics bots for any construction. So yeah, so forget that. And I'll just use a regular train station. So, whoops, what are we calling these? Oh, okay, we're using the gear. All right, so it's iron gear wheel, uranium 235. Whoops. Unload. Okay. So we got that part done. Now I'll just get a single locomotive and a single wagon. Let's get rid of some of that extra stuff. we'll go set it up on the sending side. Oh no, I do want to be here, I think. Yeah. All right, just in advance, a dog warning. There's some people working outside the house. You might hear a little hammering noise going on. So Cooper is likely to start barking his head off at any moment. just so you're prepared. All right, so I'm thinking maybe I can just put the loading station right here. No, it doesn't necessarily need to line up with that, does it? Okay, let's just put it right after this signal. Okay, and what are we naming these stations? These were kind of before I came up with my naming convention, so let's fix that. So we'll do item uranium ore. Uranium 235. Load. Okay. One train, one wagon, one signal. Real easy. Okay. And we need to give this some fuel. And it appears that I don't have any. Oh, yes, I do. Okay. So now the question is, how much do I want to leave here, and how much do I want to send out? Because what I can do is I can hook this up to these chests, and then I can tell it only to enable when uranium is greater than, you know, some quantity. So I've got 1,000 in there right now. I mean, I can't see that I would need to keep more than 100 or so here. So let's say as long as it's greater than or equal to 100, we can use all the rest for fuel, for train fuel. Oh, and that's not the right inserter. Okay, now it can be the right inserter. Let's do that again. So as long as it's greater than 100, we'll just take the fuel out of there and throw it on that belt, and we'll bring it down to load into the train. I'm not going to put any chests down there because I've already got chests up there, so we don't need to buffer it twice. And I think one of those will be sufficient. Yeah. Okay, now how much do I want to load into the train? I don't think it necessarily needs to be full. Let's do a single row. Okay, now my ratio is going to start going up. Okay, so that'll give me 1,000. I don't know. Let's just do 500. With that, I'll be able to make 500 pieces of nuclear fuel. And seems like that'll be plenty. If I pick this up, will everything stay in the grid? I think so. Yeah, good. Okay. So we're going to come to this one until full. And then we're going to go to that one until empty. Okay, so we'll just wait till this one fills up this other stack. And then we'll work out how to use my refinery back in the main base to make rocket fuel. Because I don't need petroleum gas or acid or anything like that in the starter base. So I can dedicate everything. I will need lubricant though, because I'm going to need that to make blue belts, which I should probably get started with, by the way. So yeah, so I think all the rest of the production of that refinery I can devote to making solid fuel to turn into rocket fuel. Look how slow this thing runs on wood. Look how fast it consumes it. All right. So I got this one dinky little train. Okay. And again, I'm not gonna put any chest here because I don't think it's needed. I'll just bring the belt out like that. Actually, let's put it in the same place. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, 4 tiles down. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Okay. So I'm making solid fuel here. I'm going to need a lot of light oil. So I think I don't want to make, I think I don't want to crack any more light oil. Okay, there's no limit on that pump. Where's this red circuit going? Okay, that's not connected to anything. So that's fine. Oh, okay, I guess I do need that. Ah, here it is. The cracking was turning on when light oil was greater than 5,000. All right, so now I'll change that to 24,000 so I can accumulate some more of it. And then the petroleum, I will start turning into solid fuel also. How many? I don't know. Oh, well, I'm already doing that here. Yeah, let's just expand that. Sorry. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8. All right, I can get one more. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Yep, and that should be on a priority. Okay, so now I'm making lots of solid fuel. I'm only going to crack light oil when my light oil tank is almost full. And heavy oil, this is for cracking the heavy oil. Okay, and I do need to start making lubricant again. I had a full tank of it and then I got rid of it. You know, I could always... Yeah, I can always, I can bring in a train of lubricant. I don't need to make it here. And anyway, if I make it here, I'm going to run out. It won't last very long. Okay. Yeah, so now this belt, I want to... I actually don't want this belt to come up this way anymore. Let me grab some red belt stuff. Is that all I've got in there? Okay. Undergrounds I've got. I might need some splitters. Get rid of that solid fuel. Okay, because this is where I want the fuel to go. This solid fuel, I would actually rather have come down this way. Okay. Rocket fuel. Are those made in regular assemblers now? Or not now, I mean, were they always? Yeah, okay. 6, let's do 8. And let's use substations now. We're getting into the late game, we can afford it. Okay. So now I need to pump light oil down there for that as well. Okay. And these are taking 10 every 30 seconds, so we're good with the slow kind of inserters. And the uranium, I think I'm doing on yellow belt, right? Yeah. Okay, so let's continue doing that. And what side of the belt is that on? That is going to be on the near side, which will become the far side when it comes over here. That's too bad. Well, I can fix that, right? I want it to be on the other side of the belt so that I can have the rocket fuel and the uranium share a belt. Okay. And then, ooh, 90 seconds. And I need centrifuges. Okay. So let me get, I know I have 4 of them in storage. So I might need to have several centrifuges producing this stuff. Yeah, I've only got 4. I think I should make more. Because 90 seconds, if I have 4 of them, that's what? That's still a long time. Alright. Let's... One of these machines may have been crafting centrifuges at some point. Alright, I need concrete and red circuits. And gear wheels. There's one. And steel. There we go. Two, 3, 4. Okay. Oops. Okay. And then we just can do the same thing here, but we just need to reverse the direction. Okay, these take 30 seconds. I have the same number of machines that take 90 seconds, so these will be able to keep up with these without any trouble. Okay. And then that, I want to run up this belt. So I need to drain all the solid fuel from these belts. So let's do this. I need active providers. Crud. Okay. Okay, so they'll just start emptying the belts of the solid fuel, and then I can put some requesters down here. Or even a buffer chest. Yeah, let's just put a requester. And we'll have this request solid fuel, say 200 of it. Okay. And we need RoboPort coverage. I'll put it right there. Okay, so this will bring all the extra solid fuel out of storage. It'll insert it here, and then that'll get used up before the stuff on these other belts does. All right, and then I can belt it up here. Now this does cut through the mall. You know what? I would really feel better if this was distributed by trains. Or by bots. So I think I'm going to use logistics bots just to move the solid fuel from here. So I'll put this in a passive provider. Right, I said I wasn't going to use bots for building, and I'm not. So don't think that I'm cheating. And these only stack in one, so maybe I want to have a few of these so I can build up some inventory. Okay. Oh. That's funny. So I was putting it into storage and then taking it back out again. Okay, and then we can remove all of this. All right, and I want to get rid of all these power poles. All right, I'll use substations over here as well. I suppose I should keep this. Do I need to keep that? No, I don't need to keep that. Okay, and I'm going to pick these up because these all have solid fuel on them still. Sorry, bro. No fuel here, my friend. Not yet. Okay. All right, and then we just request the fuel, and I'll request 3 of them because that's enough to fill a single train. Let me get some substations. We can put one there and one there, and that'll cover this whole area. All right, get rid of that. So I think that train will come back since it'll still need fuel the next time it goes out. Okay. And then here I'm going to remove all the solid fuel from my train so that it gets loaded with the good stuff. Okay. Now, my train still has solid fuel in the tank, so it'll start to use that before it starts to use the nuclear fuel. And once it starts using the nuclear fuel, then we should see an increase in speed. This is too slow. Let's get some speed modules. I think I've got some level 1 speed modules around. Yep. Okay, that'll help a bit. That'll increase speed by 40%. I could also add more of these machines, of course. But, you know, eventually I'm going to have beacons. Actually, I do have beacons. Let's make some beacons. I should be making beacons in the mall by now. That's the other thing I got to start doing is I got to start making beacons and modules. And actually, if I check my mall blueprint, that's probably what some of these empty stations are for. This doesn't look right, does it? Oh, okay. It lines up there. That's because I added more gear machines. Right. Like some of them is the artillery stuff that I'm not making. Laser turrets, I'm not making those. Radar. Okay. I think I didn't have beacons in here yet. So we should start to do that. Steel, copper cable, and circuits. So this could be a good place to do it. need one of those. All right. We need steel. 2. Okay. Now these stack in 10s. So I'm going to let that chest fill up because we're going to be using lots and lots of beacons. Okay, in the meantime, I've got 6 of them that I can place over here. And I've got all these pipes in the way, so this isn't ideal. Yeah, we could do that. And that'll get us another 20% speed boost on these things. So now we're 60% faster. Yeah, that'll be fine. All right, yeah, we're starting to accumulate some extra now down here. We got 16 in there. And that should mean that the chests are filled. Okay, good. Well, that took longer than I thought it would, but we're all set now. Let me just make sure. I think if a train runs out of fuel, it'll flash a message down here. So whatever that train was that came looking for fuel, I think it's somewhere else, and hopefully it'll come back before it runs out again. In the meantime, let's take our train for a ride and see if we can check out how fast it may become once it starts pulling the nuclear fuel out. Should give us more top speed. Yeah, so now it's telling me max speed is 259 plus 39. So that 39 is the bonus from the nuclear fuel. Okay, I can't see back that far. Right. So it's on nuclear fuel now. And each one of these has 10 times as much energy as solid fuel. So so my train actually holds less fuel this way, but it should move and accelerate much more quickly. Yeah, I can see a difference in the acceleration already. Yeah, it gives us 250% acceleration versus 120. So we have twice the acceleration. Or twice the acceleration bonus. I'm not sure how that affects the absolute acceleration. But the bonus is twice as much. Okay, and then more bots go down to refill. Good. All right, so now I can clean up this belt that we've been using. Okay. And then the train should be down here waiting to fill up again. Yeah, we've got 224. Okay, and there's 99 in the chest. So we still have plenty. We still have plenty to make fuel. Yeah, so the priority will always be on making fuel cells for the reactors, and then once we accumulate more than 100 of it, then we'll get more sent down for the train fuel. I hope that gives us enough to actually supply all the trains with fuel. I mean, there's a lot here on this belt. Several hundred at least. I think we'll be okay. All right, so let's build a station to bring in lubricant. Here we go. Here's my requester station for fluids. Somebody asked for a blueprint book. For loading stations and unloading stations. So I made one. But I don't normally... I mean, I've got a few blueprints, you know, like I have a blueprint book for rail. There's that mall blueprint that I use from time to time. But I really don't spend a lot of time making blueprint books for myself, just because I prefer to build things. I prefer to rebuild things every time. And I think it's just because it's pretty rare that I build something and I say, okay, that's the last time I'm going to design and build that. Let's document it so that I don't have to do it again. Okay, so let's request a train load of lube. All right, we're already requesting. We just apply the schema and off we go. And actually, I want to set this I don't want to request another train until these tanks are empty. Because I don't want that train sitting here in this base. I just want it to come and deliver what it can and then go back. So what I'll do instead is I'll put a decider combinator and I'll say when lubricant equals 0, then I'll output P as 1. And then I can disconnect those two. And then I'll do it again here. So so that it's closer. Actually, let's do it right here. There we go. Because I'm going to have these are all going to feed into the same single pipe. Which means that they're not going to be balanced as they unload. And I don't want to be troubled by that. So I'll just let this run until the tanks are completely empty. There we go. All right. So I'm going to feed this. Oh, you know what? I should have put all this crap on the other side. Why did I do it like that? Okay. Well, it's too late now. All right. Let's fix it. Okay, now I don't want to get a train over here while I'm working on this, so I'm going to make a constant combinator. No, actually this is fine. As long as it doesn't get any P signal at all, then we're fine. Okay, yeah. So here's what I'm going to do temporarily, because I'll get a P if I cut that signal of lubricant. Okay, so I'm just going to give it a huge lubricant signal while I work on this. Because I need to remove that. And we'll do that temporarily so that I have power. Okay. Now we can remove that. Okay. Now these are all connected. Right? Yeah. Okay. And then I can remove this. 192,000. There we go. Okay, nicely done. Let's get the rest of the lights put over here on this side. At least some of them. That thing's in the way. Okay. I'm not going to remove it. So I'm going to do that. So we can maintain the signal. There. Oh, now we need a pump. Do I have enough room here? Yeah. Okay. So now we got lubricant coming into the main base. I'm going to send that over here, and then these three machines here will start making the blue logistic components, the belts, undergrounds, and splitters. So I'll work on that offline. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.